Timeout is hype. I don't know that I want to see 5 timeouts, but
I don't want just one though.
Oh, you're a fan of the timeout.
Oh yeah. Oh
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Starting things off on Dreamland. I know, as the resident Peach player, I'd like to hear your thoughts about some of this, some of these actions that lloD is doing and what he's done in the past.
Right now, he's holding a turnip. I've done that before.
Incredible, incredible.
I've seen this. I've seen that exact execution.
Okay.
Now,
so they're going to be playing the spacing game mostly. Not a whole lot of combos we're going to be seeing. If you're new to Melee, it's going to be a lot of this for the next basically hour.
Yeah. Spacing the whole time. It's hard to rise past Puff, but you'll see like once lloD gets above HBox, there wasn't a lot he could do. Like HBox was hitting him like when he was trying to rise. But once you're above Puff and she has to expend a couple jumps to get to you, you're honestly in a pretty safe spot to trade with his Peach. Like you come at a weird angle with the bear. But when HBox is right there in that zone, lloD's kind of stuck to the ground. You see as soon as lloD tried to rise, HBox threw a nair out. Because once you're above, you're just kind of playing a waiting game. And on the ground, you're an agrarian. A crop rotator of sorts.
Okay, yeah. I get it, I get it.
I mean, you're a man that looks like he's owned a farm before.
I've worked on a farm.
You've worked on a farm. Goats? What are we thinking?
Cattle.
Cattle.
Yeah. That's the secret Nate lore. I was a cowboy for a year.
You seem like you'd rock the hat.
I do actually have a cowboy hat.
You in a bolo tie?
No bolo tie.
No bolo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay area known for its cattle. That's why USF is the Bulls.
Is that real?
Oh yeah,
Tampa
totally.
Bay known for their cattle?
Yep, that was a big, maybe not as much anymore. There's still ranches there, but that was a big thing for a really long time. USF Bulls, my alma mater, because of that. So there it is. Yeah, some fun Florida lore for the international or national people.
The Tampa cattle, built different.
Yeah.
Oh, and held down a bit too long. All that was.
All right. So, as we were talking earlier, we're both combat sports guys. I think there's a lot of overlap that goes both to other fighting games and also to Melee in that regard. You were saying you were a jiu-jitsu guy at some point?
At a point. I got my couple stripes, but I think you're what? Aren't you like a purple belt by now, dude?
I am, yes. I have my purple belt. I've been doing it for 8 years. Yeah, it is. I did it before I played Melee, actually. And that was one of the things that drew me to Melee is how similar a lot of the gaming aspects of it are. I know a lot of the guys from Central Florida, including some of the TOs, there's like a big jiu-jitsu Melee community.
I walked past a guy in the creamery, and he had the Coral Springs Jiu-Jitsu shirt, and I was like, oh, I forgot. I was like, that's a famous one. I was like, you can just go to the Coral Springs gym.
Florida's a big one for that.
Have you ever thought of having a show match? Like at Warehouse War, we had floated the idea, like because Grab is a second-degree black belt, we were like,
in jiu-jitsu?
Yes. That's why his name is Grab.
I was aware of that. I didn't know he was a black belt. Yeah.
No. We thought we'd do a show match. You sign a liability form, and we see that if Grab doesn't attack, if you can submit him within like a couple minutes. Like,
oh yeah,
he's only defending.
I would love to try that, but if he's a black belt, there's no way like he's winning that for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, like it's the nature of a carnival game. I want you to think that you have a chance. He's not going to attack you. He won't. He's only defending.
He could attack. You know what I mean? I would love to.
You're different. You're different.
Show match with Grab. I would love to do that. Let's get it set up, like for real. That's amazing.
Look, next Warehouse War, we'll see what we can get done.
Yeah,
for sure. We get some mats. I begged Dylan to acquiesce to this situation because why not, you know?
Yeah, no, honestly, that's so awesome. I would love to do that. That's the thing about in jiu-jitsu. It's like, we're talking about a different game, but right now, lloD has a 2-stock lead, actually going crazy right now.
I can't be worried about Juan until it's on the clock.
He is known
until
as
he's down 2
guy.
games. I might still not be worried.
Sure.
But he's one of the greatest we're witnessing some lock-ins in top 8. But I do like how lloD's always composed in any second of his play. He's not trying to bite on that drill, but lloD going for light shield, so he'll get pushed away a bit further. If he was going for hard shield, he'd probably just already get confirmed and killed by that point. But he knows that if he gets that extra space, HBox will be able to do that.
Okay.
Let's see.
Now, how does rest play into this situation right now? If you're HBox and you get a rest right now, is that good? Have you just signed your own death warrant? What are we talking? Where does that?
You take it.
You take it? Okay.
There is still not a viable way for Peach to kill you at 58.
How about at 72?
Okay. It's bad now. It's bad now.
Almost.
Up air still won't kill, and some wonton DI.
Yeah.
On down smash that seals this up.
Incredible. We got game 1 going to lloD. HBox looking undeterred.
And your favorite submission, what would that be? Are we going with a classic, or are you thinking something a little more uncommon?
I'm a guillotine guy. That was the first thing that really, the first submission I really got down and was able to hit reliably.
An honest executor?
Yeah. And since then I've moved away from it, but realistically, the guillotine's got to be where.
You've got a soft spot for it?
Yeah.
You're not like the Charles Oliveira back take, rear naked choke guy?
I mean, if I can get it, of course, but
we're just not all Charles Oliveira.
I think I've had disproportionate success with leg locks and with the guillotine. I remember I made it a point to get very good at the 50-50 position and how to win from there. I know I may be getting too into the weeds of a different game at this point.
But look, even game on Yoshi's, but go ahead. What were you saying?
Basically, to talk about a different game, there's a position in Jiu-Jitsu called the 50-50, which is like both players have an equal advantage, and whoever is faster can leverage that to great success.
And you made it your job to be faster.
Exactly. I got to win the shootout.
the quick draw jiu-jitsu specialist.
Exactly.
I'd hate if HBox put me in a leg lock.
Dude, if he was a WWE heel, he would absolutely be a leg lock guy.
No, he just holding him down. You'd hear it break one time. They'd milk it for the crowd.
What do you think his, like, if he was actually a wrestler, what do you think his whole gimmick would be?
His whole gimmick, he starts sleeping in the ring.
Oh.
He takes you so unseriously, he'll throw you off the stage. He won't even go finish you. He'll sit there and he'll take a nap waiting for you to stumble back up.
Like sleep, would he do like sleepwalking techniques kind of deal, or is it just like all the disrespect kind of deal?
All the disrespect. Think like the idle DDD animation where he's just like lounging.
Sure. I'm thinking slacking from Pokemon kind of deal.
That's good.
Yeah.
And he's just waiting. He's just waiting for you. Because he's got all the time in the world, and he'll do it again. Ooh.
Okay.
Nice snag there.
Fist pump from HBox. He has achieved his first lead.
That's something I pump my fist about, my first lead.
Yes, we're in there.
Just a little bit. And see, it's kind of Sheik-esque, like it all revolves around lloD trying to like maneuver around the top plat, but you see that if HBox manages to get to the top plat while lloD's on the side plat, he's able to cut off all of this rising efficiently. Because also with Sheik, you'll eventually just like push Peach back down to the ground like we're seeing right now. And lloD has the hope to drift away when he's above HBox, and that doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't kill him.
Not quite. He's gonna make it back, or he'll get
spiked again.
Spiked again. How many rolls? Looking like the whole bakery with all those rolls.
He's charging exorbitant prices for them. Oh.
Okay.
No time for lloD to pull a turnip here, so it's a bit dangerous. Oh, wait, why do you do it? No!
I respect the commitment to the farming grind, though. And then forward throw's going to do it.
I don't know if I respect it because I felt it in my bones before HBox grabbed him.
Yeah,
I just kind of already saw what was going on.
But what if he got that stitch?
It only would have done 34, and HBox would still be alive, and then you'd have to play it again. You'd have to hope the stitch bounced back into your hand.
What if he got the bomb?
lloD was closer to the edge of the stage, so he'd die first.
Sure. I think gambling on like the 1 in 26 or 1 in 64 or whatever it is probably not your best out. So maybe better to play the game normally.
Maybe you can just stick to blackjack.
Probably your odds are probably better at blackjack. I have to pull this bomb right now or I lose the game.
Is that the only option? It's like, yeah, that's
21. We win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
lloD liking the blast zones here, but it will be a lot harder for him to traverse the stage and just come down and hit HBox. It'll be easier for him to get around him due to the length of the stage, but he won't seek as many openings here. HBox is at 92. At the deficit, HBox needs to come near him.
Okay. Off the top.
That was a fortunate kill. Calling out Puff with up air, always $1 million idea.
Okay.
Oh, nice tech.
But it will not blend.
He could have gone for, I think he could have gone for a different aerial there, not down smash. But, oh, nice jump call out. Choose to lead the cell. But all to come back to it. Just wanted to turn up.
Okay. Okay, up air is going to do it.
You could have cut that tension with a knife first.
I actually love how into it like HBox gets whenever he the smallest victory. The way he celebrates it, you'd think he just won $100 on a scratch off kind of deal.
You just have to feel. You just have to feel yourself.
Yes, let's go. Okay. So you were talking to me about how you work in a tropical plants store.
Yes, I work in a plant shop that also sells vinyl, and I guess we sell candles too, but that comes up a lot less.
That is like the trifecta of dope things to have in your house.
No, it's a look. We do go to pop-ups, and I do always feel that our stands got the most. I don't know.
That's awesome.
We see the independent coffee brands that are like, you're not selling candles, you're not selling plants.
Do you have plants that you take care of in your own home? Are you a horticulturalist?
I have 1 Pilia and 1 Pothos. I don't have that many. I don't have nearly as many as my boss or some of the other people I've met. What about you? What about you? Is your house a green at all?
No, I unfortunately have the opposite of a green thumb. But I know growing up, my grandmother always had orchids. That was always a thing. So whenever I think of the potted plants and whatnot, that's a very fond memory for me. Is the grandmother's house with all the plants that she keep and whatnot.
Ooh, nice up air kill. Lot up a clean stock.
Yeah. Oh, HBox.
I will note that we don't
pounding his controller, potentially having controller issues.
It's looking like a dangerous game for old buddy here.
Yeah, shaking his head in disapproval.
When you're giving the controller a few slaps like the TV, it's not good. We're thinking dislodge magnet. I will say we don't really sell flowers. We only sell plants.
Okay.
I think every once in a while we'll get in flowers, but it's not like a common thing for me to maintain. But they do, if we get them, they do sell off the shelves.
Sure.
I don't know. It's just easy. Someone wants something a little pretty, but I just want like a plant that's just like overgrown at a point. Maybe like a begonia. Oh, still. And Lon has no reason not to go for these upwards kills still. Okay, dangerous for HBox. This is.
I want to see the shield. I want to see the shield break.
I don't favor it here. I don't favor it. And lucky enough just to bounce off those walls a little bit before heading straight to the blast zone and surviving.
Okay, see you later.
Okay, now we're going to see, will HBox look for a spare or will he cry? Okay, no.
All right.
This is your call. This was like the down on your luck heel. Okay.
Okay.
No.
He's switching it out.
He's getting a different controller.
I like this move because here's the thing. If you throw a game because your controller is broken, it happens, sucks, you know what I mean? We're competitors, we press on. If you do not swap that controller out, and it looks like he's going back to the same one, he unplugged it and he's plugging it back in. If you go back to the same one and you continue to be like, hey man, my controller was messed up, I feel like you lose that excuse. You know, I know he's got his crew with him, I know they've got spares. He was using a spare yesterday, so.
And it's like, I know you have spares. You're a top 10 player. I know you bought a Contra 4.
If you don't have your spares, what are you doing? Be prepared.
Yeah, you have to take. This is your career.
It's true. It's true.
Now me, I have one controller. And
that's why we commentate.
Hey, it works.
Sure,
I've got a great mechanic.
Yeah, me too. Shout out to Placebo, my guy.
This reset seemed vital.
Yeah, HBox.
This is why I told you I couldn't be. Like, he just locks. Like, it just happened. They just look like this after a point. Okay. He was hitting that controller like it was broken for good, and all it took was for him to replug it. He called tech support, and when they asked if he turned it on and off again, he said no. I'm like, you should. Still dropping those nairs out from above when he thinks lloD's making a move to rise.
Okay.
And now he's playing the mix-up. If lloD doesn't rise, he does get to land and get that grab because lloD's not going to make a movement because lloD does not want to jump and get hit by it. He's gaining more mix-ups as this goes on.
Yeah. Yeah, HBox looking a lot more confident. It can, and here's the thing, right? And I'm sure most of us have had a broken controller at some point, at least in some small way that's like a nagging problem. When you're not confident in your ability to execute because the mechanics aren't right of your, the input device, you're going to be a lot less confident in some of your more advanced maneuvers, which is going to make you play in a worse way a lot of the time.
You might attempt a watered-down version of your own game plan.
Exactly.
But that's not you, and thus you'll suffer for it.
It looks like via the reset, that might have been exactly what HBox needed.
Aggressively covering these plats now.
Sure. And a great DI. I thought for sure that was going to be a stock. Yeah.
And he was keyed into that up air. He just suddenly got it all together. This is the same as Wizzy Game 4. Like suddenly, like he's put it all together.
Yep. He sees into the code and knows. But we saw what happened in.
We saw Wizzy Game 5.
We saw Wizzy Game 5. Has every set been a Game 5 so far?
Yeah.
Incredible. That like very rarely happens.
We watched some elimination games, you know. It's like that's what you need to see, that grit. Okay, lloD hoping a bit too much there with that drift in on the fair. HBox managed to circumvent him and then push him back to the corner, and now he's juggling lloD with these bears.
Okay.
Oh, a little drift.
Now, this is a solid HBox lead. 3 stocks to 1 is always good, but it's even better when you're playing a slower matchup like this. The amount of work it takes to get every single stock is just multiplied out. Okay. Oh, catching the turnip and sending it right back. That's clever. Okay. He's
still banking on this nair quite a lot. He's putting ridiculous drift on it. So even when it touches lloD's shield, there's not a punish available. Like he's just touching like very much the top of Peach's head with it.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, nice crouch.
Yeah, that was so good. That was so good.
Ducks the stitch, and now we're left with nothing. Just a regular turnip after all that knitting.
The dash grab, it looked like. Not something you see every day out of Puff. All right, so when do you think the right time is to be like, we're gambling here and just start ripping turnips to see if you can get one that is gonna, you know, your Hail Mary?
I don't know if there's a right time. HBox. The problem is he always knows when the turnip pull is incorrect.
Sure.
Like it's hard for me to think the gamble's right. The only time to gamble is when he's dead.
Sure, fair.
And that's the only time you really saw lloD get to knit.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're taking what you can get and running with it.
True. Do Peach players often have like lucky rituals when they're going into the game for bless RNG type stuff? You ever heard of something like that?
I don't think I have, but there's always time to start.
Yeah, maybe you guys need to lab your superstition game a little bit.
I've got to trace some wood grains for sure.
Sure.
We should ask Stockholm Syndrome after this block. That's a guy with luck that I consider a bit unholy.
Yeah, he does actually. He has crazy luck.
Maybe it's in the posters he always makes you sign.
I love the posters.
Maybe he's like siphoning a bit of everyone's luck and building it up. And I'd be fine with that. You know, that's a pretty solid condition.
Sure.
You have to go collect all of these signatures.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. If you don't get X amount, you're just unlucky. See you later.
You're just vastly unlucky.
Yeah.
1,000 phantoms in your next set. I personally wanted drill 3.
Okay. 8-inch box popping off.
Look, it's hard. The crowd, I do hear a crowd.
Yep.
But even the Undertaker had fans.
True. Yeah, like honestly, that first stock is so huge because now you get to dictate the rest of the pace of the match. Peach is gonna have, okay, gold, gold, gold. Let's get a stitch. Okay, that's actually a huge combo in this match right there. 34%.
34.
That was actually enormous.
You can pick up more turnips, but at what cost?
Yeah, he probably took 20% off of those turnips, like just bad grabs.
HBox is starting to play the game a bit above the jump turnip throw height.
Nice grab.
Okay, but lloD is starting to pull another turnip and catch HBox when he lands.
Yeah.
After going so high and using all of these jumps.
Okay.
lloD takes
141, and HBox coming out of the Angel platform with as much aggressive as we're going to see in this matchup so far. We are almost at the halfway point in terms of time. We are almost at the halfway point. We are at the halfway point in terms of stocks remaining.
Yeah, and we're at 27 minutes and counting.
27 minutes and counting.
It's looking like you were calling the range just right.
Will we?
We can only have 4 more minutes.
Yeah, under or over 30 minutes. Oh, what a rest.
HBox just in, said it's under.
Yep, and the star KO too, that's enormous. lloD's gonna have to play out of his mind or be unfathomably lucky on the next turnip pull, basically.
lloD hasn't got his signatures. It's okay to play it so high.
Yeah, I'm not saying much, but I know you're kind of quiet too, but we're both on the edge of our seat right now. It's a very tense situation. I
just want to know what my professor can do to make this happen.
Winner stock for lloD, and every single bit of percent he takes is going to be even further that he's going to have a deficit that he's going to have to come from. Now lloD firmly in death percent now. Gonna have to win like 7 or 8. If he gets the KO right away, he's gonna have to win 7 or 8 neutral interactions just to be back even, basically.
lloD's at a point where every jump is risky here.
Yeah.
But then you get on the ground and it's 2 bears for you from HBox. And
winner stock for both players.
Oh! Wasn't quick enough to follow up with another drill there.
The counter hit. lloD got a little greedy.
lloD playing for his life.
And up air's going to do it.
That's H-Bone. We're at 28 minutes, 50 seconds.
28 minutes, 50 seconds. Incredible. I was ready for the pop-off, but HBox looked more relieved, honestly, than anything. This might be a delayed, you know.
It's relief because of what happened last weekend. He's like, I couldn't have it twice.
We're so back.
And then we're down to top 6.
We're down to top 6, which means it's the end of the weekend for us. Of course, I'll be in the crowd, and I'm sure you will be as well.
I will be.
But our time as commentators has come and gone. Thank you for sitting with us on the Nate and Will's podcast for initial episode, it seems. Yeah, I had a great time.
We'll be pulling the mats out shortly after this.
I would love that, honestly. I had a great time commentating with you and my other fellow commentators this weekend. It was a great show. And don't go anywhere. We've got ads and a wonderful top 8. You got anything to say?
We got another series of great Melee.
Yes.
In Orlando from CEO 15? 15.
15. That's
all right, we're out of here.
See you later, everybody.